Hello, my friends. This is the one-year reading for Bitcoin for the year of 2022. The current date and time is January 3rd, 2022, 8:06 p.m. All right, so we start off the week. This is a very bullish reading. I got to say off the bat, one of the most bullish readings I've seen to date. And we have January. We start off January in a notable rally to the upside. However, there's a trade opportunity in the midst of a really big move higher to a distant. It's almost like an irrational move higher to a distant resistance, or possibly a new high, because we have a high at the end of the month, a year's high at the end of the month, and the low is a lucky opportunity. And we see the month's low correlate in the following month of February. Also, an important price level is highlighted at the end of January. The beginning of February, we have a month's low, a retracement from that high. And the high of February forms after a big push to the upside that bumps along resistance, possibly through several resistances, but bumping along them for a while. That'll be around the high, and there's also a trade opportunity there. Month's low for February is also a year's low. A lot of volatility around there, change in direction, and the month's low towards like the end of the third week, somewhere in the third week likely of February, a year's low. And then we have a big move higher out of that, a fast sudden move higher in the midst of a decline that kind of marks the end of that decline, that period of decline. The following month we have some bullish, sideways bullish behavior. We have a fake out of some sort, or some sort of deception around the low for March towards the third week. And there's a sharp spike to the upside to reach the March high. There's a failed attempt to break key resistance, and a decline through a support level towards the end of the month of March. We have further decline in the beginning of April due to multiple headwinds. We have a month's high and a month's low correlated with the month of April around the high, so there's an opportunity to open some long positions around the low, and that's within close proximity to a year's high, which also the year's high will be April's high as well. But from that high, there's profit taking from near it overbought on the RSI. There's a trade opportunity at the end of the first or the beginning of the second week, notable cash in opportunity. And then we have a flight to safety at the end of the month of April. Interesting. Well, we come up against the top of a range, or we're range bound through the beginning of May. Range is highlighted at the beginning of May. There's price swings near the top for May. A very important support level is met around the low for May, and then from a low in May, towards the end of the month, we turn a resistance level into a new support level. June, we see some bullish rotation that increases in in momentum and incline, turning into quite a bit of a rally as we move into the middle of the month. The high behavior around the high for January, or excuse me, for June, is going to be a sharp dip within a period of volatility. There's also, it looks to me like another year's high in April, and possibly another year's high in, sorry, not April, in another year's high in May, and another year's high in June. It's very likely. It's interesting. All right, well, we meet the low for June after a sharp decline through multiple support levels, with a male leader highlighted around the end of June. Moving into July, we have a sell-off from a severely overbought territory. People are taking profits. There's an opportunity to cash in at a low as well in July. We have quite a bit of volatility due to possible legislation around the high for July, and then a sharp drop through a important support level at the end of the month. That's matched with a big move to the upside at the beginning of August. Even though it seems like there's a bunch of crazy things that would make it go lower, it goes higher, breaks through some resistance even. However, around that high, which may also be another notable high for the year, that's an opportunity. There's a decline. That's a high before a decline. We have selling down to a support level towards the end of the month, and there's a notable fake out of some sort highlighted around the low for August. Trade opportunity in the midst of a breakout in early September. We have three crosses against back and forth through the same price level before confirming that it's a rally and moving higher to reach the high for September. There's a very big move correlated to the theme card, which is the lust card as well. A very big move out of the low from a support all the way to a resistance level. And then we have sideways fluctuation, likely within a tight range, equal amounts of bullish and bearish behavior as we go through the end of September. There's also some important news that'll come out around the high there. Yeah, okay, and so then we have another high, another big push up in October to reach a year's high. Again, a year's high in early October, possibly like the second week, it looks like, of October. And there's a brief peak that forms when we break through resistance, just for just a little bit of time, and then we break back down through that price level, creating a peak. There's a significant decline through multiple support levels towards the end of October, and quite a bit of movement between the high and the low, especially around the low. There's a lot of movement as far as price is concerned, as far as price level is concerned. It looks like we actually go from a year's high down to a year's low, or close to a year's low in the end of October. End of October, early November. We have debak for early November. It's a breakdown through a support level to reach a second support level. We kind of hang out there for a bit, bump along it, and then we break down through more support levels. A notable price level is going to be highlighted around the high for November. It will likely be in close proximity to the high of April and the high of June. A notable bottom at the end of November also marks an opportunity, a great buy opportunity, just before a big rally out of that. And around the low for November, we have a fast sudden move higher in the midst of volatile period, and it kind of signals the end of the volatility. We have another big move higher. We have another move higher through a resistance level, and just in early December, stay there briefly and then break down through that, creating a peak. It goes hand in hand with the month of December's high, which is the Ace of Wands. So generally speaking, it's a similar shape, and then we have multiple failed attempts to break a key resistance level, followed by decline to the low, and another notable price level is highlighted around the end of December. Overall, though, this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. I would buy on any dips and hold. This is going to be 2022 is going to be a big year for Bitcoin, guys. So hodl your Bitcoin. And let people get freaked out and say it's crazy. I mean, it's been a buy since I saw it at $2. So, anyhow, guys, I hope this is helpful. That's the pattern recognition portion of the ESO meta analysis. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff, guys. And check out some of the other videos we got coming out. Some other stocks like MGM, Tesla. Some cheap ones, a few penny stocks are coming out, so keep a lookout for all that stuff. And also don't forget to check out our website, tarotfortraders.com. We've got a ton of stuff on there, private services as well. And that's where our blog is, where we started back in the beginning of 2019 or the end of 2018, somewhere in there. We started posting S&P 500 predictions almost every single trading day since then. There's like over 600 or something. So go check that out, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. I'll see you all later.